Hi Stitchy friends, this is Heidi, Stitching Faye, back with another Flosstube episode. Today's date is the April 2nd, 2025. I wanted to do it before April, but it did not happen. It is quite a bit time between my last videos, but because of that I have a huge amount of whips and finishes and haul. And so today I'm gonna split the video two parts because first I wanted to just put everything together and I don't edit and it would have been too chaotic. So right now this video is gonna be my whip update, starts, whips, and a whole bunch of finishes and a Nashville haul. I kind of went crazy with it. I'm not feeling bad about it, but they were having all the designers. If I could buy every design I would have. I didn't, but it feels like it. But everybody, wow, this was a very successful Nashville for me. I mean, like, for my taste, you know, everything I saw, even the new designers that I haven't stitched before, I saw their work and I was like blown away. Hopefully, slowly I'm gonna get and stitch. I didn't get everything. I wish I did, but you know, I could not get any of the fabrics from Nashville because they sold out before they even hit the shops. But that's okay. I have enough fabrics, and I have a couple of R&R coming again. They were not the new one, but I just use a lot of that right now. My eyes are a little bit not cooperating with me, so I'm going back to 36 for now, but I'm gonna go back to 40, 46. So what I did is basically I got inspired by other people stitching spring and showing their spring stitchings. I don't want to say I forget all the videos I watched, but Terry Sullivan was one. Carol White showed a lot of spring stitching. I think okay, I see the video. I turn on the video and I forget the wonderful Flosstubers name. Maybe you guys can give me list of the people you want me to shout it out or watch, because Lisa did that a couple of months ago and I thought that was a good idea. Maybe I'll copy from her and watch videos and direct you guys the people's direction, other YouTubers. Anyways, I digress. 3 minutes and I haven't shown anything. So what I have to show, Aditsa, all finishes. A lot of them new starts and finishes, so you guys have not seen it. I'm not gonna display it like this. I just put it here because it's easier to for show and tell reasons, but like some of them are not spring, but I did finish it this time around. So what am I gonna do? This is my finish bag, all the finishes. So I'm gonna say that a lot. Which one should we start? I'll start with this one because most of the finishes came from this book. With a needle and thread, it's Jelly Bean Jubilees. Oops. So it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 6 designs from it. By the time I got to the 7th, I got tired. So I stitched everything except this one. Not because I didn't have a fabric or floss, I was just burned out. So what I did, I finished it. I had already stitched these two guys, so I stitched 4 more and I totally finished them. What we'll do, this is a new finish too. So we'll start from the big one, and she is called, let's see, each one has a name, that's why I'm looking. Penelope and Pips. I'm bringing closer so you guys can see the details. This one I did not have the DMC color, so I went like one number above the called for. Like this was called for 3849. I believe I did either 3848 or 3850, one or the other, because I did not have it. Nothing, not because I didn't like the called for color. So this is the backing. I did all of them the same. I want to say it's a Teresa Kogut line, and I got it from Kitten Stitcher shop. And I want to say this is Americana line, not the spring, but it really worked with my ale, 36 count ale fabric from Picture This Plus. I thought it really worked with it. That's why I added it. The moment I turn on the thing, is the gardeners are making noise. So this is Easter. Let's put this here. This one is called Pip. I finished it, but I started it. Let's paint it. No, this is not the one. Tiptoeing through the tulips. Tiptoeing through the tulips. I used white and green Chanels, so like it's 6, I think 3 I did white, 3 green, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this way they are not all uniform, but they are uniform, but they all have the same fabric. I try to little bit, because they are all gonna stay same tray. I thought it's gonna be like visually to a little bit change it up the colors, but they are all Chanel. Like this one is algae, the green one, and it's from the lady that create. And this is just the ecru. This one is not colored. I got it from Joanne. Oopsie. So yeah, all right. It's okay, it's cute stuff. So this one is Let's Paint Eggs. This one was pre-stitched, 2022 probably. No, 2023 I stitched this when the book came out. But I didn't finish it, so I finished this year. Oh, 2022, I guess. It's a 2021 book. Again. So, oopsie. See? It breaks up the colors, the trim. Let's see. This one is the cutie, the small one. Jelly Bean Jelly Bean Delivery. I better learn how to read. Again, the same. So I do cut from here and fill up, and after I fill it up, I do iron it and flatten it. So do you see how flat it is? I do prefer that instead of the puffy ones, so I do flatten my pillows. It's just a preference. There's not a wrong or right way to do it. I was running out of the trim, so I guess I didn't generously put around it, but it's still covered enough. All right, then Hippity Hop. They are all 36 count ale. That's consistent. The floss colors are consistent. The fabric is consistent. Backing is consistent. The trims are 2 different colors. Hippity Hop. And the last but not least from this collection was Jelly Bean Garden. Jelly Bean Garden did it for me. I think that's why I didn't do the last one, because this girl really made me work for this prettiness. I see something and I cannot get out in the camera. Okay, so what is it? It says a lot of back stitching. It has a lot of stop and like this dots, stop and starts, and that kind of got me tired of it, but I like the end results. And then I decided to make a pin. The pin tutorial, I got it from Mama Loves You GB. I will find the video that she did the tutorial. If not, I will link her channel. She has a tutorial how to make pins and also how to make a floss fobs. Very good tutorial. That's where I got it. But the things are, I had buttons and beads, so whoops. I thought it looks nice. So 1, 2, 3. Let's put it here. 4, 5, 6 finishes. So, then I had previous finishes. I did fully finish. So I will show those last. But this one is a start and finish, and it is called, I should have first shown the pattern, Primrose Cottage Spring Quaker. So do you guys see the color? It went violet. It's pretty, but you know, dark colors I like, so I decided to make it work for my decor. So I chose the floss from Thread Gatherers. I put it in Ziploc because I didn't bother to put it. No, Threadworks, sorry. And the number is 1157. The floss is like this. It's really variegated floss, and it's a big one. I think it's maybe 20. It's not 5. I know for sure it's not 5 yards, whatever is the regular one. I did stitch this one on 40 count vintage country mocha. And again, I added 2 of the pins. I went crazy with pin making. Does it show? And added 2 pins over here. I thought it looked good. It's springy. First, I wanted to change the butterfly or the tulip and make it like all violet, this color called for, and make it like a red tulip or a purple butterfly. But then when I saw this floss, I'm like, you know what? Instead of changing it, the floss changes itself the color. So I let the floss tell me how to go. I was not matching it. Whatever string I had one, I would stitch it. Whatever next came out, I stitched the one. So I got this variegation. I really love it. I know not everybody's taste to have it this highly variegated floss to use. I did flatten my pillow. If you guys can see it, it's a lot flatter than most of the older ones. I do it nowadays. I do iron them, and yeah. I am gonna make separate video, end of the video, not this one, Primrose Cottage stitchings and patterns, because apparently I am stitching and collecting quite a bit of them. Then I was so happy with that result that I picked this up, Autumn Quaker from Primrose Cottage again. But this time I did use the called for floss, which is pumpkin pie from the Cotton and Color and Cotton. It's a beautiful floss. I have not been able to get into their floss of the month or the fabric of the month. It's always closed, but you can go buy individual one, which that's what I did. And I got this. Is it clear? So I did use this trim jack. From Lady.Create. It's beautiful and it totally matched with my pillow. And for the backing, I use this fabric from Joanne. My daughter worked for a long while, Joanne, before they closed. So she would, for gifts, when she wrapped the gifts and give it to us, anybody, to me especially, because she knows I like fabric, she would wrap with the coordinating seasonal fabric. So I have a lot of fabrics because she gifted me, and I'm so happy I can use it. So this is Jack. Again, Colorado cross stitcher did a different version. Like, she would do everything called for, and she would do one accent motif, different color. I was gonna go for it, but you know what? I kind of was feeling all orangey, and I was this is a start and finish. I was on a waiting room for 8 hours, so this was an easy stitch to do it. One color, you just take off the floss and do it. And I had this button heart, but it's orange, so I thought it's appropriate with a bulb pin. I think this is called a bulb pin. So yeah, I'm showing long time because I'm really happy with my patterns. Okay, so this one is the autumn. This was start and finish again. So 2 primrose cottages again. And then I went to my bucket. I don't have the patterns for this, but I know who they are. This is La Dida. It's a free pattern. I stitched this 20, oh, got a little bit separated here. 2022, 18 count item. I hand dyed it myself, but I didn't finish it. It was in a bucket. I have a big boxes, paper boxes that look like books. I got it drawn again, and I have a lot of smalls like that. So I'm trying to, as I do the new ones, pick up a couple of older ones and finish them, because they just languish there. Like, this one is more newer one. I use this cording, Chanel. It's a Chanel, right? Yeah. And this is just a Joanne pin, but I thought it looked good. So I fully finished this, which is off season, but that's okay. I had just none. I had the set finished. I need to do. I have the bell pull. I need to finish the bigger pattern for this. It's still not fully finished, but this one at least is finished. It's just none spring, and this was the bonus chart from that pattern. So the big one I finished stitching, but I did not finish fully stitching, and it is stitched on 28 count linen, just off-white. For just none, I do use bigger one because this one has beads, but a lot of times it has specialty stitches, big beads, bugle beads, specialty stitches and stuff, that charms, buttons, that you do need to use a bigger fabric, a bigger count, so it works. Again, Joanne pin. I thought it looked cute, appropriate. So yeah, spring bunny. And then I went through it and I got the 14-year-old stitching. I know this one because I moved in here more than 14 years ago, and I brought this one from my old house. It's a Plum Street Samplers. I do want to say it's a free pattern, but it's 14-year-old stitching. I might be mistaken. Please don't take my word for it. I got it from Paulette's website maybe then, and I stitched it on 14 count tan Ida that was available to me. And but the finish is today, yesterday, or like recently. So what I did is added the Chanel Lady Dot Create. I made a pillow with the shamrock leftover fabric I had. So I had a couple of green buttons. I added with a bulb pin, and voila. I do know it's already over the season, but I thought like, hey, instead of just staying there for 14 years, let me just enjoy it. I did try to flatten it. I wasn't able to flatten a lot, but like I like it when it's really flat. And over here I made a mistake. I had to cut it and redo it, so I didn't give myself a lot of space underneath, but I needed to save the stitching, so I cut it pretty short, but I didn't cut the bunny's legs, so that's good. So yeah, and this is my last fully finish, but I am not done. I also have a finish, not fully finished, but a finish, most recent. And I brought it like this, so I tried to iron it, but some of them after I ironed it, I worked on a couple others, I didn't. So I did finish this one, Mary Catney. This is, I printed out, it's a PDF, and you get it from the designer. What did I write here? Hiscock and Shepherd Antiques. I guess you can get it in different ways. It's widely available pattern PDF. I use only 2 colors, and I chose to use Silks for You Silks, Black and Ecru, but you can use any. There is no, I'm trying to prove as I go so I don't make a mess. And this is my finish of Mary Hadcock. Let me see information. It is stitched on Seraphim fabric, 40 count, old stationery. One over 2. It says 1/1 like over here. But if you do it on Aida, just skip that part or do a back stitch. A lot of times 1/1 on Aida, I used to be Aida stitcher exclusively. So 1/1, I would just back stitch, like if it's in the tiny stitches instead of doing X's, because you can split the Aida, but I didn't. So a lot of times I just did back stitch, tiny back stitches. So I head up to here, I filled in the zebra, or yeah, and like I had stitched the blocks, but I need to stitch the ecru, fill in the ecru, and went up. So ecru is used inside the zebra and these 2 motifs, that's it. I love it. It's beautiful and I'm so happy I have it in my collection. Okay, now I'm gonna just show my whips. Again, I forgot to unzip them. Needlework Press Lone Eagle Sampler. I started it last year, but this pattern is been out since 2022. And I worked this with 40 count, picture this plus taiko. I used to write it on a card and put it, but kind of been lazy couple of months, and I haven't been keeping up with the tradition, so a lot of times I have to do out of memory the fabric types and names, but I'm gonna try to get back to doing it correct way. So this is the end all the way. Now I have to go up. I did the bottom portion, everything. An interesting part is it gives you 2 flosses. It is red and not red. It's more of a burgundy red, Scarlet Sister. It is called for, and it's a Balsois silk. But if you don't like it, like the suggestion is 1 Belsois silk or 2 cherry cobbler, which will becomes the same price. So I figured that I do want to use the silk. It's either way, it's gonna be the same price point for the floss. So I went with the Belsois because when I can, I do like to use the silk. I'm not a DMC snob. I do love my cottons and DMCs, but sometimes, you know, it's fun to use different textures, and this floss is beautiful. I cannot buy a bulk of it because they are more of the high-end flosses, but one is okay. Well, I do use more than one, not in this one, but you know what I mean. Anyways, long star. No, don't. See, I have a tendency, I want to zip it, and every time I have to remind myself. Do I have this? Yeah. Try to work on my kids a little bit too because I want to start more kids, but I do need to finish some. So this one is a Princess. Kit company's name is Princess, but the kit is called Lady and the Unicorn. I have once I finish this one, maybe I'll show the book again. So it has 6 panels plus bonus 7, and each panel is showing one of the it's old tapestry from France. This one is the touch. I think I did the taste already, finished it. My earlier videos, I showed the taste, which is the same Princess thing, company. And each one has a meaning, like through the picture, it shows, through their action, shows the, you know, taste, touch, look, all the 7 senses, 6 plus 1 senses. The 7th one was love. Anyways, it's amazing. If you guys get a chance to read about the tapestries, it's very interesting. And if you didn't think of going to France and seeing this after you get into this, you want to go France too. I am stitching on 18 count Ada. The work I did was here, and the dress, filling in the dress. This part was already stitched, so filling in this part and neck up. The eyes, I did change from the called for color. The called for color was the same as like over here. Do you see the unicorn's eye? And it blended in with my skin color. I'm using the kit colors. The only thing I'm doing is 18 count, but this 18 count Ada, I don't have problem with 18 count or Adas, but the Ada is a little bit different. I feel like it's very plasticky. I cannot put it on a hoop or a Q-snap because I can feel it. And it see, it shows marks. So I use in-hand stitching. And for that reason, my flosses were not sitting well. For that reason, I started using 1/1 on 18 count. And I think it looks more delicate and it does give me the coverage. But the Ada is not the regular Zweigart Ada I use. I think that's the reason it is quite plasticky. But the color is beautiful, so I'm gonna use it. I have the third one. Actually, a viewer told me in France they do sell the PDFs, the museum that where they are located. Museum sells the PDFs, so if you guys want to get the PDFs, get it. But right now I have these 2 kits, and I have the Dear Gouverneur kit, the big one. I think it's the look with the lady with the big unicorn. That's a huge one. So that one, I am gonna change the fabric because it's not the same color, and it's 27 count, 1/2 on 27 count, and it's a skirt. So I'm using Cedar River linen fabric for that once I get to that point. That's what I'm gonna do. After this, I will start that one. I think that was the reason why, because I have a lot of fabric with that kit, and I want to use up the fabric. That's a lot of packing for one pattern. All right, next is Plum Street Sampler, Babushka's Blossoms. I am using none of the called for, maybe 1 or 2 DMCs, but the rest I'm using my own variegated floss and 36 count winter brew from R&R Fabrics, which is, I don't think, called for. What is the called for? 36 count vintage exemplars. I think it's a linen that you cannot get anymore. So anyways, this is my version. This is Palette's version. Okay, I'm gonna get closer because I did modify quite a bit. I did a lot of frogging. So all these flowers I did called for first. I did not like it, so I frogged them and I did my own colors. The skirt is called for, but instead of using floss, I decided to use beads. So if I get closer, you guys can see the skirt. The flowers are beads. This heart is a bead, and what else? I think that's it. I will tilt it so you guys can see. So the pumpkin, I'm thinking of frogging because it's the same floss, but I was crossing each X separately, and I got this blockiness, and it was too blocky for me. First I liked it, then also it was time consuming. So the rest I did like this, rows. So it still gives me the variegation, but it's not as blocky as this one. So I don't know. It's a lot of frogging and it's a beautiful floss. I don't know if I can reuse it because it's the all forced embroidery floss, and I do like it. So I'm gonna finish this part, then I'll see if I feel like it. I might just frog it and restitch this part of the pumpkin. But I did all of this frogging and I'm happy, and I restitched it with my favorite color. See, I changed her top color, from my stash. I like it. So far, I like all the color choices, including the pumpkin, but this part, I'm a little bit on the fence. But yeah, I added basically the flowers, babushka with the broom and the stem and the crow, all new. So this one was not only stitching, it was frogging and stitching. But you know what? It's funny. Last year, I was feeling a lot of blackbird and I stitched a lot of blackbird. This year, I'm feeling Paulette, and I have been collecting her patterns for a really long time. I have not stitched a lot, but I have. So I feel like I collected before Flosstube was a thing. If you guys are a long time viewer know that I've been a long time stitcher, 30 plus years, 1992 plus. So a lot of patterns from past I have. So I'm trying to, as I buy the new ones, which I'm gonna show, I will give a warning because I know some people are unhappy with the stash haul, and it's a big one. But yeah, I'm trying to stitch all the new patterns as well. This I know is another Paulette Plum Street Samplers pattern, and this one is a new start. Was a new start a couple of videos ago, but I still working on it. I think it's because I'm working on 36. That's why I'm liking these patterns, because I'm having a little bit of eye issues, as I said. So what is the fabric? Espresso R&R. over here, I didn't work grass and some of the tree and the peacock, but I wanted to show on a peacock, I added some seed beads. The rest is called for, except the fabric. So last time I said it, I had to do it like this. It was counted, but I oriented my fabric wrong. So I counted it. My top, very top of the pattern is gonna come right over here. So I'm gonna have less space than I wanted to, but I'm gonna go with it because it's a beautiful pattern. And honestly, I don't want to stitch all this sheep and grass again. Yeah, so worked on this one. Called for floss. Which palette has it interesting? Half is DMC, half is hand-dyed, which makes it more affordable. So I can start more of her designs. Then let's see, what is this? Okay, this is a new start, I guess. I guess I'm mixing it up. That's okay. I'm going whatever I have it on a pile, like that. I started Luda, which is by Nora Corbett, Mirabilia Brad. Mirabilia has a Nora Corbett line and Mirabilia. This is a Mirabilia line, but it's a really small pattern. MD 187. Cold for was a 32 count amber linen. Of course, I did not use the cold for, but I am using cold for floss, and I got the bead pack. So I was just filling Mira, but I didn't want to work any of mine. I am gonna work on my April fairy because I have my daughter's. My daughter is the April fairy. She was actually the year she was born. She was an Easter baby. It was an Easter week. So yeah, I am gonna stitch that one. But for today, for this time around, I did Luda. This is the end of it. That's it. And it's gonna go right over here and right over here. Like I said, it's a mirror, but it's this tiny mirror. The back stitch I've been asked before. I do back stitch for my visual. I do 2 over 2, but for the skin so it doesn't look blocky, I put my back stitch. I do the skin, then I take out frog the back stitch, this old one, then I restitch. I know it's double stitching, but it kind of makes sense in my head. I'm doing it, I've been doing it like this, but it might not be right, but that's how I deal with it. Look at the hair. I love it. It's so long. Like, why? I used to do it sides, but I don't know. I don't do it anymore. The fabric is mint, 32 count, fiber on the whim. Beautiful fabric. Another line that I really like, fiber on the whim. I have been wanting a couple of colors. Slowly but surely I might be getting it, but yeah. It's Luda. And let's see. This is the only fancy lady I worked this time around, which is okay. Sometimes it happens. Okay, yeah, this one is interesting because it's a whip and a new start, and yeah, it's a whip and a new start at the same time, if it makes sense. I have these 2 patterns. I do keep them together because I have a tendency of misplacing stuff, which is Frederica and Frederick. Frederica has been stitched more than 5 years, but I put everything together because I did not want to use the fabric for something else. So I just started the Frederick after my last video, whatever it was. So Frederick is stitched exactly same colors, which I chose my own at that time. So the colors are not called for, but they do match, including the fabric, with my Federica. And I will show them together so you guys see why I'm doing not called for. Nowadays I would have done called for, but at that time I didn't. So everything is new. I just started it. Some are hand-dyed floss, some are DMC, no silk. So this is my handsome Frederick, but the reason he's in this fabric is because a couple of years ago, Frederica was stitched. And those are the same colors. I did like, I know the strawberry, I changed the color, called for DMC, I did not like it. The flower, I changed it, called for DMCs, I was not crazy about. So changed it. So anyways, I did a lot of color change. So that's why I try to keep them together. And that's why I call them a whip, because if I do it, they do need to be framed together, same. If I do it differently, they're not gonna look nice. Let me see. So yeah, Frederica and Frederick. The thing is, Frederica, you fill in the border. For him, you don't. That's how it's charted. So I don't know if I should fill in or just leave it, because it shows the differences. The motifs are different to inside. So very interesting, unique pattern. In one point, they were not available a lot. I did get a good price, but after I purchased it, it became available everywhere again. So I guess there was enough interest that the designer reprinted a lot of them. I'm talking pre-COVID. So start and whip. What else do I have here? Okay. So I worked on my off-season pattern, Autumn at Hakran Hollow. Everybody knows it. Let me see if I have a cover pattern. I've been working on the Piggy, and I'm working with the silks, but not the MPI silks. It's a Vicky Clayton conversion. It's beautiful and more affordable. So what did I work on? I worked on this one. I did change the pig to pink, because that's how I imagine pigs. It's a Vicky Clayton silk, but it's not from the kit. I added from my, I took it from my other kits. I have a lot of Vicky Clayton silks. And so far, this is what I have. Yeah, I have these guys and the pig. Okay, so, and it's on 40 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit Fabrics. This is the long dog. I did show this one in my Instagram. I finally finished the most difficult for me. Black is this one, because it has so many details. I frogged this black so many times that was the reason it was stopping me from working on it. But since I have finished that black, I'm hoping I'll pick this up more often. I have to stand up again because this is a big one. So don't be fooled by the smallness that it looks for me. It is 304 by 409. I'm stitching on 25 count Lugana 1/1 with the white floss. So I finished everything, like the houses, the small motifs, and I also added this part I was missing. So I finally added name. And what else? That's it for this pattern. So this was the biggest and most difficult, not fiddly one. So what I needed to do is add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more blocks, but 2 of them are tiny blocks over here. No, 7. I feel like most I'm past the 50% of stitching for this one. It is like requires a concentration, even though it's a one color floss. It does require concentration because I frogged quite a bit. Let's see. Oops, I moved the iPad. My apologies. And they send. I'm at the bottom, so I'm working on this area. My pattern is older version, so the picture is so tiny, there's no way. You just have to trust me, that's what it is. It's hard to show older pattern. I'm using my own colors again, and so I added her, I added this peacock, the tail, some doodads. It's going a little bit slow, and I started the tree. It has to be same tree as here. It is going a little bit slow because not the pattern is difficult, but working on this huge, like I have to always, when I move my hoop, I constantly have to move around all this fabric. Oh, and I added these words, and they sinned. I did not have the words. I mean, like I had all of it except and they sinned, which is the title of the pattern. So yeah, honestly, most of it is done. Like I'm on the, it has 3 full big pages and 1 half page. So I'm on the end of the 3rd page. So I have the 4th page. I have one, it's 4 pages or something. So I have, what is it? Well, I'm not gonna open up, it's too much. So I have less, 1.5 pages left, I think. I'm gonna go that way, 1.5 pages. This one is, I have talked about it before, but I decided to stitch and finish it. Then I got a lot of good advices, so I might just try it, or if I chicken out, I'm just gonna leave the fabric as it is. I love the pattern. I was not happy the fabric color. The count is good. So it's on a 40 count, Verdal. I found out it's an even weave, but it's white color. I started this, excuse me, 2022. I guess at that time I wanted to start really bad, and I did not have a hand-dyed fabric. Now I have more of it. That's why I need stash. So for that reason, I end up using the white. It's beautiful, but it just, I wish it was off-white at least. Anyways, and I had to frog it and redo this side. So this time around, I just left whatever it is this side. I did everything here. So you see from the border, animals, trees, flowers are new. And it's on white. So afterwards, some people I asked said yes or no coffee tea dyeing, and some suggested the spray. I have the spray, I already purchased it, but I have to try. I have another cut of Verdal. I might just experiment or either like a leftover fabric before I do anything, or just leave it as white. And this one is a Brenda Gervais, no, not Gervais, Brenda Case. It doesn't give you the title of the Red House sampler. It doesn't put the sampler name on top of the pattern. Her patterns are really easy to read, Ida friendly, and fast stitches, and it's all TMC, called for TMCs. So let me just put away a couple of the patterns because I'm making a chaos here. This is my purchase haul. That's why I wanted to separate my purchases from the spring, showing the spring stitching past. I will do it on separate video. Maybe I'll do a quick one. If it's not long, I'll add it end of this, or if it is, I'll separate them. Okay. So anyways, I had 2 more starts. Actually, this one, I started this morning while I was drinking coffee. So it's like 20 minutes of stitching while drinking coffee. Winter brew, winter moon, winter brew. I'm thinking of coffee. And I am just the wrought iron fences. I am using all the called for DMC and hand-dyed flosses. And the fabric name is a 36 count Abracadarian. My goodness, R&R. So the fabric I'm not cutting because of this I know I messed up. Fabric, you don't need this much, but because I have the fabric not cut and I'm using this tiny, it's a 5-inch, I think it's a 5-inch noob. It's the Nurge #1. It's over here, has the name. It keeps it really tight. So in the same fabric, I'm also working on Spring Moon. The Spring Moon, again, called for fabrics. Floss, not fabrics. What am I saying? Alrighty. And for the Spring Moon, I have this much stitched. It's all the way. So I know this is gonna be how wide it is, and I went up. Look at the bee skip. It's unusual colors. I didn't even realize it was a bee skip until I start stitching, and the tiny yellow contrast the bees. It's a gray-green color bee skip. It's called for. I love this flower. Oh, it does be so cute. So as I stitch, I love more this pattern. I'm finding details that I did not see on the cover page. It's beautiful. So the other side, I am thinking doing this one, Summer Moon. Also, I have the called for fabrics. So I don't know if I can fit in this fabric. I also pulled out fiber on the Whim, cream and sugar. But I feel like it might be too light. So I might need more golden color. It has golden hue on it, but I don't know if the moon will show. So I have summer, winter, spring. Is there autumn moon? Am I missing autumn moon, or didn't I buy it, or it's not out? Please let me know if there's autumn moon and I don't have it, because I want to stitch the entire set. So I'm going to start also the short way of saying I'm also going to start the summer moon. And I want to keep all of them together until I finish them. Okay, so this is all the whips I have. Now I'm going to show my crazy Nashville purchase. And I don't want anybody to feel bad, so it's only patterns and purchases. So if you guys don't want it, you can skip now. But I loved everything I saw, and I was feeling a little bit, some people when they feel anxious, they eat or they do something or purchase shoes or whatever. I purchase pattern and I do collect them, so I went overboard and I purchased a lot of pattern and fabric. So I'll start from the small ones and I'll go to the big ones. I did purchase a couple of linens from the Evertote, and the reason was for this. This is not the Nashville release, but the ladies were watching their video background. They had this one. They did not have the floss, so I'm gonna get DMC. But I went gaga on the fabric for this. It's a 40 count candy apple. And it's a linen. And I'm gonna stitch this on this. So when I had this one. When I saw this one, I'm like, okay, yes. So when I was in their website, I never used their fabric. I decided to purchase a couple of their colors to see if I like their fabric. So the second one I did was Pepita 32 count. Whatever they have left, that's what I bought. So it's a 1/8 of the yard, a small cut of 32 count I can use for my Noras. See, the sun start coming and shining. So I don't know if the fabric is gonna, that's pretty much correct. Then I got 32 count Temptation. Oh, that's pretty color. This is a Mira. I do stitch fancy ladies, so I'm okay with the 32 counts. Definitely it's gonna be fancy lady. I don't think it's a sampler color, which is okay. Although I can make a sampler. I've seen people use this kind of colors on samplers. 36 count French hen. Okay, this one I have French hen. I have a Blackbird design Americana. I might use that. There's a Hands Across the Sea sampler that it can be used, and Teresa Vinette has 2 samplers that can be used. So even though it's a tiny cut, 1/8, that's all they had, 36 count, there's a lot of use for it. So this fabric can be used a couple of ways. So I'll see where I can squeeze in. And 36 count London Fog, very brown tone, but sampler color. I feel like this is a sampler color. So that was my fabric haul. Then I went for pattern. I used a lot of shops. I did not use one. I used a couple of shops, so online shops, of course. So they came together over time, but they are new purchases. So this one is Animal Cracker, Dr. Raven. Quaint Rose Needle Arts, 1914, Floral Stag. This is unique. I haven't seen a lot of people purchase it, but I thought it was really unique. It's big one, 249 by 230, all DMC. But I like this color, floral. I like loud colors. This one was available, but I think it might have been exclusive, then it released. But I do love this one. Chili. I even like this little snowman. Spring Trio with dye needle and thread. Summer Trio. Like the Blackbird, or buy all the Blackbird, buy all the Brenda Gervais, I guess. Spring Swan. And Lily. Everybody finished and bought it. That's the one I was gonna must, but when I went to the person's webpage, I ended up buying a bunch more. Oh, I have more smalls, let's see. This is from a different shop. I got Cheer. And it comes with a spool and pattern. It's a perforated 18 count paper, but I guess I can needlework press. This is a needlework press if I didn't say it. But I can also use a red fabric with the ecru floss. I might just do that, but I thought it was interesting. Hop into spring. Oh, I guess these patterns, I got it from this shop. And Teresa Vinette, I got the all other ones from Teresa Vanet, and I guess I did shopping also from Lindy Stitches. So when they send us cards and stuff, I keep it in the pile so I know which shops I got it from, but I don't know which pattern I got from which shop. That one, it's a mystery. The Earth Loves. That's all? Yeah. Liberty, my favorite from the bunch. Daily Reminder. I love this one, and I do have the fabric from the Cedar River linen. I have 40 count, not 36, but I think it will work. 40, 36, it's the same color. I got this one because I did not have it. Spring Serenade with dye needle and thread. Probably next year because I am done with the spring stitching. And Velvet Pink Pear. I have a soft spot for porcupines. Real. Sorry, I thought I muted. I guess I did not mute my phone. All right, I got a couple of kits. Be My Valentine. Comes with everything. Autumn Abundance. It comes with the old Wix dye work, but that's okay. It's small and it's for small kids. I can stitch small ones, not the big ones, but for small ones they're fine. It has a cute backing fabric and stuff. And my favorite, they are all from the Samplers Not Forgotten Hydrangea kit. It's so beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I got this one because I didn't realize I did not have it. And I'm collecting the set for this. Got this one from the Heart in Hand. And of course, by all the Blackbirds. Gifts of the Season. It has 4 projects. And I know you guys gonna think I'm crazy. I love this. Oh my God. It's beautiful. I might just go for this ginormous project. Not this year though. I'm trying, I have a lot of on the go Blackbirds. So I'm trying to finish 1 or 2 before I tackle in that huge one. And oh, that's beautiful. This is Margaret Pierce. No, The Sweet Birds Sing, but I think they took it out of this sampler. Oh, I hope they reproduce this sampler. It's beautiful. Yeah, but it's the needle roll. I never done one. I might just do the pillow first because it's more doable. But the needle roll is beautiful if you can do it. I don't know if it's my, I can sew a pillow, but not like this. This is a needle roll, but it's beautiful. So this is all my Nash stash plus my whips and fully finishes. Hope you guys liked and enjoyed, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to do a small video, short video for spring finishes, maybe on plans. We'll see. Until then, bye you guys.